Hey, what's going on? Remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video. Um, that's all. Just kidding. Today I want to talk about what confidence really is. Because it's one of those things that people say you got to do, but nobody knows how to do it. Not many people know how to teach it. It's just kind of something that you either have or you don't. But I'm going to tell you what it is. And it's kind of simple once you understand, but it's really hard to figure out because you have to get past it's one of those things you have to work at. If you're not already at a place where you're ready to be confident, then it's going to take some work. And that's part of it, is getting to a place where you're comfortable being yourself. But beyond that, you could improve yourself all you want. You can know you're good enough. I went through this. You can know that you're good enough, but then still fail to measure up. It's really frustrating, actually. And a lot of it is just your mental state, obviously, but at the same time, it's how clear you are. But more than that, it's your ability to just accept who you are in the moment. And what I mean by that is, whenever you feel anxious or self-conscious about something, anything really, and it can be hard to pinpoint what it is. But when you feel as though you're not really yourself, something's holding you back, something's keeping you stuck, something's keeping you in your head, something's keeping you, from not being yourself. First of all, acknowledge that you're not being yourself and that you could be the person you want to be, expressive, outgoing, happy, joyful, etc. And so recognize that in yourself. You have to recognize that you're not confident in that moment. Even if you think you're good enough, you could still be more. Recognize that there's that part of you. And then typically it's good if you already know what's holding you back. But even if you don't, just keep trying anyway. Let go. I'm not even explaining this right. Let's say I don't know, good example. Let's say I trip and fall. Okay. In front of a huge crowd, everybody's looking and judging me. At that point, I could either stay in my head, be worried about what other people think of me, and not be myself anymore, or I could just get up and keep walking. You need to do this in your mind. It's not just a physical thing. It's not just being yourself. It's not just that simple or that correct of an answer. It's that you keep walking. You were walking before. Oops, you fell. You made a mistake. You did this bad thing. You fucked up. You did whatever, blah, 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 blah. Fights, animosity, anger issues, depression, anxiety. The list can go on forever. But it all boils down to getting back up and walking again. And it sounds kind of metaphorical, but it's all mental. So instead of tripping, you are feeling depressed. Okay? You're with your friends, you're with your buddies, and they like you or whatever, they're your friend, but they're having a good time and you're just in the background thinking about your ex-girlfriend or parents or job or whatever it is that's bothering you, you're stuck. This is the equivalent of tripping and falling down. You need to let it go, get back up, and keep walking. Find clarity. And it's kind of like not giving a fuck anymore, but it's more along the lines of the pursuit of continuing to walk rather than running away or suppressing or something, not as productive. Confidence is just about your ability to have something happen to you, and then you trip, you fall, you're in this depressed state or whatever it is, but then you get back up and you keep walking. It's in your mind though. And I mean that like mentally, not any sort of, egotistic. I mean, not just egotistic, but not any of these supernatural fucking hooplas that people want to like take you in circles with. It doesn't have to be that complicated. And a lot of the time it isn't. You're just overthinking it, which is another example of confidence. You stop thinking. That's the fucking answer to overthinking. You recognize that you're overthinking. You recognize that it's just a continuous loop of thinking about whatever. And then you compare that to the equivalent of tripping. You've tripped over a topic, a situation, a feeling, a thought, a mistake, whatever it happens to be, you've tripped and you've fallen. Sometimes it can, and often it may require help. You could go to a friend or a person and say, I'm overthinking this, I feel this way, I feel that way. Or just talk to yourself about it. Talk to God, write a diary, get the thoughts out, but you gotta find a place where you just stop thinking about it. You stop overthinking, you get back up and you keep walking. Funny. But it's the truth. That's where confidence comes from. That is the source of confidence, is your ability to get back up and then keep walking. And truly keep walking, not turning around, like looking at everybody and like, oh no, they saw. Doesn't matter. You just keep walking. You keep doing what you want to do, living your life how you want to live. You tripped, so what? Everybody does it. That's the thing too. Everybody does it. There's no exception to that. So, at the very least, you can take comfort before confidence, and knowing that there are other people like you before, after, and during. Somewhere across the world, somebody else tripped. Same time as you. So, yeah, that's really the idea of confidence. People tell you, like, put on a brave face, tighten up, toughen up, stop showing emotions, or all of these other advices and tips and stuff that make you appear confident. But when it comes to releasing yourself and just being you in a moment, suddenly you lose yourself. Instead of being yourself, you find yourself lost in all of the chaos. That's not real confidence. That's you pretending to be confident until you get to a place where you don't know what the fuck you're doing anymore, and then you just like fucking lose yourself. That's not confidence. That is faking it. And if you fake it till you make it, when you make it, you It feels like you never really deserved to be there, really. And then self-sabotage kicks in, and you get all these new emotions and worked up and all the... It's wild, dude. So stop trying to fake it. Stop trying to act like it didn't happen. Stop trying to act like you didn't make the mistake, or that you didn't get hurt, or that you don't feel a certain way, that you don't feel sad, or that you don't feel angry, or that you don't feel this or that, or think this or that, or whatever. You did. And part of it is owning it, but beyond owning it, you just keep walking. I have another example that I came up with already. It goes something like, imagine you're playing a recital, like a piano recital or whatever, in front of an audience. And then suddenly, just out of nowhere, you fart really loudly. Are you just going to stop playing the piano, walk away? Is that it? You're done? You have a fart and you're done? You can't play the piano anymore? Or are you just going to keep playing the piano? Just keep playing the piano anyway. Big deal. I mean, sure, that one performance may not be perfect anymore. It was ruined, but that doesn't mean the whole song is just like, it doesn't matter. Either you just walk away and give up. No, you just keep playing the piano. You just keep playing the piano. Just finish the song. And this is another actual a frame of reference, you could say, especially with things like games, where they're so addictive and mind-rotting these days. You kind of get lost and addicted to the process of thinking while you're playing the game. You contribute or you attribute the wins or losses to certain things in your life, and you kind of go down these delusional pathways of thoughts. And it becomes meaningful when you lose or when you win. And so you try harder and harder. You try and rank up and all these other things. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you just stop giving a fuck if you win or lose. And you go back to the basics and enjoy the fucking game. And so, this is another thing I tell myself often, is to just play the damn game. Just play the damn game. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Just play the damn game. If that's the game you wanted to play, just play the damn game. Okay? And then have fun doing it, because that's what you originally did, was have fun doing it. Usually that's how it happens. You play a game you like, and then you want to get better at it, and most people do. They play until they get better and better and better. The problem is you attribute your skill and your rank and your wins and losses and all these other things with who you are in real life, and that's a very delusional way of thinking about the game. You gotta separate your life from the game. And so when you decide to play the game, just play the damn game. Just play the damn game. You know? I know it's kind of hard. It's not the nicest thing ever. You could say it nicer to yourself if you want. But the point of it is to just simplify it down to only playing the game. Play the damn game. Just play the fucking game. Play the motherfucking goddamn game. That's it. That's all you gotta do. When you sit down to play a game, just play the game. That's where confidence comes from. Is just doing it because you want to do it. Doing it because you gotta do it. Doing it to do it. Doing the action for the purpose of doing the action. Playing the game to play the game. Getting up and walking because you gotta get up and walk. Doing the thing to do the thing is where the confidence comes from. And the rest follows after. That's where the personality gets to shine through and you become yourself again. Because once you release all this pressure of trying to live up to a standard, a rank, a certain skill level, whatever it happens to be, certain social dynamic, outgoing, happy, joyful, or whatever, yourself, the moment you release the pressure of trying to be yourself and you just do, is the moment you're being yourself. And that is the counterintuitive part of it, is you be yourself by not trying to be yourself. And everybody says, stop trying, but nobody knows what the fuck it means. And often it's just misguided advice anyway. It's about stop trying to be yourself and just be yourself. And it sounds so wacky. But you gotta lower the standard. Instead of trying to be the most liked person ever in the whole entire world, you set the standard all the way back. So if you're like at a party or something, set the standard all the way back. You're not the most popular person there. You're not the most richest person there. You're not the most whatever. It doesn't matter. So you're at a party, set the standard all the way back down to be yourself and talk to somebody. Big fucking deal, right? Just talk to somebody. Get up and walk. Go somewhere. Do something. Lower the standard on yourself so that you're not trying to be the best version of yourself. Just being yourself is already good enough. And that's part of making yourself the goal in the moment. So if you trip and fall, that's the fucking goal. If you're on the ground, the goal is to get up. If you're up, the goal is to go walk. You can't be tripping and falling on the ground and expecting yourself to be like flying in an airplane the next moment. Like, that's just not how life works, unfortunately. And it sucks so bad, trust me. The reality of the situations that you place yourself in versus the expectation that everybody loves to, like, wish you would live up to, it's so fucking toxic. It's the worst thing ever. It's one of the worst parts about the internet. And even dealing with parents is like, they have these certain expectations of you. Your friends, your girlfriend, your pets, literally your boss, every fucking person you know is gonna have a certain expectation of you. And the more you care about what they think, the more it sort of like sucks your confidence away. It just sucks your soul right out of your body and you stop being yourself because you're being what they want you to be. The answer really is to just get up and go do stuff. Be who you want to be, do what you want to do, and life will match it. That's the best part. That's the best part about it. Is the more you align yourself with the things you actually enjoy doing, the things you want to do, the things you're passionate about, the things you want to occupy your mind space with, life will begin to match it. Both in your reality and also, universally, the God and spirit and all these things, it all comes together and creates a cocktail of the life that you want to live. And it takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes consistency, persistence, perseverance. It takes a lot. But the better you are at doing this kind of thing, the happier you will be overall. I'm not depressed anymore. I will have days where I'm not feeling okay. I'll have days where I want to be in bed. I'll have days where I don't feel like being alive, but I'm still not depressed anymore. Depression is a whole other vibe. That's like, it's like you're forcing yourself to put yourself down into a place that you can't get back out of. kind of like putting yourself in a box, actually. I mean, that's essentially what depression is. You put yourself in the box that other people created for you. And you think that's home, but it's really not. It's actually jail. And you gotta sort of dissolve the box. Like that meme where the slime comes out of the box and then a strong arm punches it back in the box for whatever reason that the meme gives. Dissolve the box, and suddenly there's nowhere to escape to. You're just there. You're with yourself, and you have to deal with the things that's happening. So dissolve the box, and suddenly you're just living life. Actually, a pretty good analogy I have right now is there's an episode of Mashle, Magic and Muscle. It's an anime about magic and muscle. And one of the episodes, a dude casts an Iron Maiden prison looking thing on MASH. And he reverses it. He reverses the spell, and he basically just throws the whatever it is. It's like a coffin, Iron Maiden fucking jail thing. It's a cell, iron cell, and I forget exactly how it happens, but he takes the cell and throws it right at the person who casted this the spell, and then he's stuck in the cell. That's kind of what setting boundaries is like. Instead of putting yourself in the prison, tell other people the prison they should be in, essentially. I mean, yeah. It kind of makes sense. It's so weird. I never thought about that before, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? So next time somebody insults you, tell them go to prison for it, I guess. I don't know. But either way, that's what confidence is. It's about continuing your life's journey, even though shit happened. And it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it perfect. It doesn't make it... I mean, redemption is always there. But there is a line between having confidence and being yourself, trying to be yourself. I think I said that right. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. I just felt like talking about this because it's something I've been going through recently, is learning what confidence is and how to let go and stop caring and just move on. But that's basically what confidence is moving on, you know. But people are so mysterious about when they want to explain this shit. It's so metaphorical and really hard to dissect, and you have to start connecting dots and playing conspiracy theorist about spirituality and self-help and shit like that. because nobody's obvious and in your face with it. But I'm here to tell you what it pretty much is. And there's probably, like, you can definitely connect the dots from what I'm saying to what other people are saying. But at the same time, I feel like my perspective is something very blunt to the point. So there's not really room to misunderstand what I'm saying. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But, yeah. Just keep walking. Just keep going. And that's one of the hardest parts about it, too. About living life is just keep going. Because you go through depression, sadness, anger, whatever it happens to be, trauma. And you come to a point where you want to die. It'll happen a lot. And then, more often than not, people just decide to keep living anyways. But that doesn't make it okay on both ends. When people hurt you or when you hurt other people. Continuing to live your life isn't immediate erasure of what happened. It's simply accepting that it happened and that you can continue living your life anyways. I guess that's part of it, is like the fear of death, the fear of, I don't know, being exposed, or the fear of being alone, the fear of not being liked. All of these things accumulate into an ego that you put on yourself, which says, I'm not good enough because of this thing that happened. The thing is, a really good skill to have for anybody, especially these days, is to learn how to take the mask off. Just take the mask off. You gotta identify it first. You gotta identify the parameters of the mask, what encompasses the mask, what the mask is, why it's there. But once you understand what the mask is, you can take it off. Just take the mask off. Because you understand what the mask is and what you are separate from it. And this is where the power of ego really comes into play. Because then you could be whatever the fuck you want. You could be whatever the fuck you want. It's not even a fucking joke. It sounds loony, but you're already doing it to yourself anyway. You're just not choosing what you want to be. Instead, you let other people decide for you what you are. That's the fucking ego. But you get the option to rewrite the ego, to write whatever ego you want. This is where people's personalities not only shine, but become unique. This is how I assume a lot of actors sort of adopt roles when they do movies and shit like that, or just even screenplay. They wear a mask. They wear that. Jim Carrey is a really good example, actually. He's a great impersonator. He puts on the mask. It's not him, and he knows it. And you have to, it's a huge realization for anybody trying to figure themselves out and how to be themselves and how to be confident and all these other things, is separating who you are inside, your soul, your heart, your mind, from the mask that you either decided to wear for your own sake or the mask that somebody else wants you to wear. It could be either or both. But it's huge. It's one of the biggest, honestly, one of the biggest lessons you may learn is how to use your ego. I'm still learning myself, but I've come to a point now where I'm at least deciding who I want to be for myself, what kind of egos I want to have, what kind of person I like being, what kind of person I feel like being. So stop letting other people decide for you what kind of ego you should be wearing, what kind of mask you ought to be wearing. And instead, figure out who you really are. You have to be honest with yourself. This is it's not even hard, to be honest. It's actually the easiest part, is being honest with yourself, because nobody else knows. You just write a diary or talk out loud or whatever. It's actually pretty easy to be honest with yourself. You just have to start doing it. And then go down the journey, the rabbit hole of who you are. It'll take time. It'll take a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of perseverance. But figuring out who you are is a big step towards being yourself, funny enough. And it comes with the realization that you aren't your ego. Your ego is just this thing you put on yourself, a role that you play. Some people play the good kid. Some people play the smart kid or person or whatever. Some people play the good worker. Some people play the boss. Some people play, all kinds of things. There's all kinds of roles. There's all kinds of perspectives. There's all kinds of ways to go about living life. But that's what the ego is. It's a mask that you put on, and you just get to be whoever you want to be. And it's difficult to pull off, at least at first. It takes practice, and it takes a lot of concentration and focus. You have to keep remembering who you are and shit, or who you want to be. And this is where change comes in too, because that's the large part about the ego, is you changing from one ego to another. And this is how people are two-faced too, by the way. They could be a certain type of way with some people, and then another type of way with another people. That's the ego changing shape to fit the dynamic. And this is how people pleasing comes into play, when people aren't aware of this in themselves, and they're wearing the mask for somebody else instead of wearing the mask because they want to be that person with that person. That's people pleasing. But yeah. Anyway, I guess that's about all I gotta say. I'm gonna go for a walk and talk to myself. See you.